This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Betty L. Clark from Matin High School. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I understand that you are a math teacher.
Yes, I am.
I received a letter from your nominator, and I want to read a little portion of it to you. Mrs. Clark goes above and beyond while making pre-calc so fun. She teaches with energy and joy, and each year she spends countless hours creating an amazing race midterm where most of the K-12 staff participate. She's also responsible for making team dinners for up to 70 athletes for cross country and track. She gives up the last week of summer vacation to be with the team and cook and be at the cross-country camp and run with the kids. This teacher is the best, and she never gets recognition. And to be honest, she just doesn't like to be in the spotlight.
That's a fair statement.
What do you think of that?
Wow, I'm impressed, but I'm grateful to whoever did that.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. So you do math and you do cross country and track. So tell me about that. Are those just two interests that you have?
We have a phenomenal running coach who I'm not actually sure how I got involved with it, but he invited me to camp to run with some of the kids, and I happen to love to bake and cook. And so it kind of ran off that. So I make the team dinners for track and for cross country, and he allows me to go to camp for a week to hang out with them and have some fun.
Now, apparently you love the Amazing Race too. Tell me about how that came up and what does that really do for the students? Talk about that.
And it's only for my seniors, so it encourages kids to take the higher level math. What I did, and I don't even know how I started with it, because I didn't watch the Amazing Race a lot, but I watched it enough to know that, if I can get the staff involved or in a K-12 building, that I could make their midterm have math on a race where they had roadblocks, U-turns, detours, and fast forwards, and had some fun with it. And I started it. The first one took me 40 hours to create. This year I had to create a new one for statistics because we don't have pre-calc. And it's one of the things that the kids will ask the first week of school, are we having an amazing race? And it's fun to create. Every stop has a math theme to it, except for those that are alternative tasks, just to break it up. They have clues, either it's a cartoon clue or it's a math clue to get to the next stop. And it takes approximately 2 weeks for them to complete it. Yesterday's race, they came in and one kid said, I logged 3 miles today. Wow. Running back and forth. Because our schools, it's almost, you can get a mile in if you go from the high school to elementary. There's
sort of a metaphor in there because it's kind of like life, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that why you created it?
Yeah, because I wanted them to realize that, first I wanted them to get moving, but also I wanted to do an alternative form of an assessment. And I'm fortunate to be in a building where I can do that, where I have an administrator that supports that and allows me to do that. Yeah. So the kids love it.
Tell me why you wanted to be a teacher.
I had great teachers when I was in school. I won't say math came easy for me, but for some reason, I love to do math. But I love to see the kids, the aha moments. I'm fortunate almost every day I can see a kid be like, I get it. I understand it. I have one student this year who tells me repeatedly, for once in my life, I finally understand math. And every day I get to wake up to a new day. It's exciting. My students are what drive me and just makes life fun.
I love what you said, because that day, that time where all of a sudden the light bulb goes on and they get it for the first time, that must be an adrenaline rush for you.
It's like a highlight of a day. It's like something to share with my colleagues and my husband when I get home, and it's the best part of it.
What do these kids mean to you personally?
They're the best part of the day. They're what gets me up every morning to come into school and to see them, to talk with them, to greet them, to hear about their day, to hear about their life, just to help them navigate high school. It's hard enough as it is, but if you can be there to help them, it makes it worth it.
And you don't have to do all these extra curricular activities that you do with the students. Why do you go above and beyond?
I like to. It's for them. They can bring a smile to their day and something they can look forward to, but also for some of the meals I make and stuff, some kids don't have home-cooked meals. And so they get a chance to have that. But also for math, to see kids that won't go on to college and say, it makes sense because I had a math class with you, or it's worth it. The kids are worth it.
I always like to ask this question. Fast forward 10 years from now, you run into a former student. What do you hope that student says to you about the experience they had in your classroom?
Because of you, my kids are not afraid of math.
Well said. Well, thank you for what you do. Congratulations. Betty from Matin High School receives a $2,000 check from Jake Harris with the Michigan Lottery. Excellence in Education Awards, sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $28 billion to public education since 1972.